All right, so welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. Today, we are going to look at a LUT that is purposely designed for weddings. All right, just as you can see, the color separation and the skin tone, how it pops out of the background. That's what we're going to look at, and it's actually absolutely for free. Down in the description below, that's where you can download it. And this is actually for you guys who have been shooting weddings. And I understand that weddings can be very tedious when it comes to the color grading, especially when you have a couple of shots, in fact, a dozen of them, and you have to match all of them. So this is presented to you guys who shoot weddings. And if your subjects are particularly dark skinned, then this is what you have to look into. So let's get right into it and see how it can be used. So my choice of editing software is Premiere Pro. If you are familiar with what I do over here on my channel, when it comes to editing, color grading, I mostly use Premiere Pro because it makes it so easy for me to color grade and it's that quick. And that doesn't mean that you are only going to have to use only Premiere Pro. It's a lot, and because it's a cube file, you can also use that in Davinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, or what have you. All right, so we are going to be using Premiere Pro, as I said, to demonstrate how the LUT works. All right, so first of all, after I have my shot placed over here, or my footage placed over here on the timeline, I'm going to find the hero shot, and I think this is just right. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm going to use, and I always, first of all, create an adjustment layer. I don't color grade on the footage itself. So with the adjustment layer created, I'm going to drag it right on top of my footage. All right, and I make sure that it stretches all over it. And I'm going to duplicate it by hitting Alt, and with the left mouse button dragged up, I have a duplicate just like so. Okay, so let me get back to the hero shots. Perfect. And let's start color grading. All right, so with the first adjustment layer selected, I'm going to go to the color tab, and I'm going to find creative. All right, so that's where I am going to, look for my LUT. All right, so the LUT is called the dark skin wedding LUT, all right, DSW, and that's actually what you're going to find if you download it. Down in the description below. Once again, you can download it and try it out on your footage. So that's what you're going to be using. All right, so once I have it clicked, this is how it looks. All right, you have to ensure that your shot is properly lit. I lit this with natural light only coming from the window from the camera left. All right, so because the skin tone is well illuminated, the LUT is going to play well on the skin, and because she's dark skinned, it makes it look good. That's actually the skin that this LUT is designed for. All right, so let's make some minor and micro adjustments. Not so much because I already have contrast, and I love contrast already. So with the whites pushed a little bit to the right, the highlights to the right as well. That's what I'm having. I'm going to open up the shadows for more dynamic range. I shot this on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro, and it gives me a lot of room to play around with the dynamic range. Okay, so now I have it opened up. This is what I'm getting. The skin looks still good, just that it has a lot of greens in there. So you're going to, use the tint to, bring in some reds over there in the skin. All right, this doesn't look great. It looks like sepia, which isn't what you're settling for. So we're going to have to make adjustments to the temperature and send it all the way to the left. And you notice that it brings out the curtain and it makes it look cool, cold, and appealing. All right, so our skin is also turned into blue because we took the warmth away from it. All right, so let's set it all the way to the side, and I think this looks just right. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do also is now that we have the setting right and the tones good for the background, let us work on the skin. All right, so the skin obviously has to have a punch, right? So I'm gonna push the saturation all the way upwards like that. Yes, perfect. So with a color picker tool, just click on anywhere in that area where I want to lift the colors up. It gives me these points to actually make adjustments to the levels. All right, so this works perfect. Then I'm going to go to hue versus hue, select the skin area again, and let's see if can bring in some bit of, yellows in there in the skin, because it can't be totally red or magenta. So somewhere over here looks just fine. And I'm going to hit another pivot over here so that I don't mess up my color adjustments. All right. So if I move it upwards a little bit in the yellows, I can bring back the reds a little bit there. And at this point, I love how far we've come. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a bit more contrast, still working on the footage itself, pushing a bit more contrast like this, then bring in the blacks like so, okay, and lift the highlights so that the dress she's wearing stands out even more. So with the shadows, center this way a little bit, and it looks good. All right, so with the curtain, I need to bring out the blues some more, right? So I'm going to tackle the temperature a little bit more, just like so, and I'll increase the saturation just a bit. So this is all, pertaining to your preference. You need to have a look in mind, and however that you want your grade to go, the LUT is just a good start to, commence. And this is actually how it looks, and I already love the look. So basically that's how I color grade my wedding footages, my wedding videos, because I'm African and I mostly shoot African weddings. This LUT actually saves me a lot of time, and I hope it also does the same for you too. So thank you very much for watching this video to the very end. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification button, and in the next video I'm going to see you once again. Have a wonderful day. See ya.